He said what? Joseph Zeng called Bai Lu his backbone and told the world he wants to spend his life with her. There are moments in the Chinese entertainment world that stop the internet cold. Not because of a scandal, not because of a crisis, but because someone said exactly what everyone was already feeling out loud, with no script, no PR buffer, and no way to walk it back. Joseph Zeng just had one of those moments. And whether you are a longtime fan of these two, or you are only just discovering the pair that has quietly taken over every corner of Chinese dramaland, what he said is going to live in your head for a long time. Let us start from the beginning, because this story did not begin with a statement. It began with a drama that broke people. 3 lifetimes. One wound that would not close. When Feud, known in Chinese as Lin Jiangxian, premiered on iQIYI in June 2025, it arrived with all the hallmarks of a prestige xianxia production. Lavish costumes. Sweeping immortal landscapes. A mythology so dense it demanded your full attention from the very first scene. But what nobody predicted, not even the most devoted fans of either lead, was how badly this story was going to hurt. The story centers on 2 celestial beings, the 4 spirits immortal Venerable Huaruyue, portrayed by Bai Lu, and the great achievement mystic Venerable Bai Jisi, portrayed by Joseph Zeng, who were originally immortal companions sharing the same origin and life. A misunderstanding turned them against each other, and across cycles of marriage, separation, loss, and death, they struggle bitterly between love and hate before discovering they have been entangled in a far greater conspiracy all along. That premise is devastating enough on paper. On screen, with Bai Lu and Joseph Zeng in the roles, it became something else entirely. Viewers were not watching 2 actors perform grief. They were watching 2 people who seemed to understand each other on a frequency that most co-stars never reach. Joseph Zeng's performance was described by audiences as remarkable, particularly given this was his first leading role in the xianxia genre. His portrayal of Bai Jisi's inner turmoil and quiet devotion carried an emotional weight that operated largely in silence, with expression and stillness doing the work that most actors would reach for dialogue to accomplish. 3 lifetimes of love destroyed by a lie. 3 cycles of pain neither character could name until it was almost too late. And 2 actors in the center of it all who made the audience feel every single blow. The chemistry you cannot write in a script. Here's the thing about Bai Lu and Joseph Zeng. The drama was compelling. The tragedy was real. But the thing that sent the internet into a full spiral was not what was happening on screen during the dramatic scenes. It was what was happening in between. Off camera, Bai Lu and Joseph Zeng were described as sunshine personified the moment shooting stopped. From joking around during breaks to acting like a married couple during promotional shoots, their dynamic gave fans a kind of serotonin that was nearly impossible to manufacture. When they stood shoulder to shoulder in full wedding costume for a promotional shoot, the image went viral so fast that CP fans were in complete disarray for days. Then came the milk tea incident, which became legend among the fandom almost immediately. According to accounts that circulated widely, Bai Lu was obsessed with bubble tea during the summer filming period and would order it constantly, then insist that Zeng drink it on the spot. If he said he would drink it later, she would pout and insist it had to happen before the next scene, right there, in front of her. Zeng recalled the story in interviews sounding somewhere between exasperated and completely charmed, which was precisely the problem for anyone hoping to dismiss what was growing between them as strictly professional. Joseph Zeng praised Bai Lu's vibrant energy, strong presence, and creative instincts both on set and during their promotional run together, describing her as someone who made every environment more alive. He called her an engine, always full of suggestions, always moving. Fans noticed something else too. Early in their working relationship, Zeng would signal Bai Lu quietly when her laugh got too loud in a crowd. By the end of the promotional run, he had stopped signaling. Instead, he would simply reach over and gently cover her mouth with his hand. That one small shift from polite to intimate told an entire story that neither of them had spoken aloud. Until now. The words that changed everything. At a recent promotional event, and in interviews surrounding the drama and their ongoing collaboration, Joseph Zeng made statements that landed with the force of something far beyond typical co-star appreciation. He called Bai Lu his backbone. Let that sit for a moment. Not a scene partner. Not a co-star whose energy was helpful to work with. Not a colleague he admired professionally. His backbone. The thing that holds you upright when the weight gets too heavy. The thing without which you simply cannot stand. And then, as if that was not enough, he said it plainly and without decoration. He wants to spend his life with her. In an industry where ambiguity is strategy and denial is reflex, those words were seismic. Chinese entertainment circles operate on a language of implication. Celebrities confirm nothing, deny nothing, and let fans build meaning out of moments and glances and careful silences. Joseph Zeng apparently did not get that particular memo, or he got it and decided it no longer applied to him. The internet had an immediate and spectacular reaction. Within hours of the statement circulating, Weibo was flooded. Fan communities that had spent months theorizing and shipping from a careful distance suddenly had something real to hold. The phrase backbone became the word of the week across every Chinese fan platform. Screenshots, clips, translations. The quote moved through social media with the speed and intensity of something people had been waiting to hear without knowing they were waiting. Who is Joseph Zeng, and why does this matter so much? To understand why this declaration hit as hard as it did, you have to understand who Joseph Zeng is and what it cost him to say it. Born Zeng Xuanxi on October 9, 1997, in Shenzhen, Guangdong Province, Joseph Zeng debuted as part of a boy group in 2014 and left in 2015 to pursue solo acting. He made his acting debut in a comedy drama in 2016 and gradually built his career through youth dramas before landing roles of increasing weight and complexity. He earned a reputation over the years as someone who brings genuine investment to every role and who resists repeating himself creatively. On set for Feud, Zeng preferred to deliver different emotional takes for each scene rather than repeat a previous performance, giving editors more options and giving his character more layers than the script alone could demand. This is a person who takes what he does seriously and who does not speak carelessly. When he describes someone as his backbone, it is not the kind of casual hyperbole that gets tossed around during press tours. It is the considered language of someone who has thought about what that person means to them and decided honesty was worth more than strategy. And when he says he wants to spend his life with her, he means it in the fullest possible sense. Not the next project. Not the promotional cycle. A life. Who is Bai Lu, and why the world is watching her response? Bai Lu is, by any measure, one of the most interesting women working in Chinese entertainment right now. She is not simply talented. She is magnetic in a specific way that very few performers manage. She walks into a room, and the room reorganizes itself around her, without anyone meaning for that to happen. She has an instinct for promotion that her peers study and cannot quite replicate. Off camera, she is known for being an expert at taking photos and for her ability to lighten the mood during shoots in ways that make her an anchor for the entire production team around her. She has a gift for making people feel seen and energized simultaneously, which is an extremely rare combination. In drama after drama, she has shown an emotional range that refuses to be categorized. Whether she is playing heartbreak, fury, devotion, or comedic chaos, she makes it feel essential. With Feud, she was given 3 versions of the same soul across 3 lifetimes and made each one feel distinct and fully inhabited. Her response to Joseph Zeng's declaration has been, characteristically, not a press release. Not a formal statement. Something more like the acknowledgement of a woman who already knows what she means to someone and is deciding what to do with that knowledge in her own time, on her own terms. The internet is watching. When the drama and real life become the same story. Here is what makes this situation so extraordinary and so difficult to look away from. The drama these two made together is, at its core, a story about 2 people who were meant for each other but kept getting pulled apart by forces larger than themselves. 3 lifetimes. 3 separations. And then finally, the choice to stand together despite everything the universe kept throwing at them. With a great calamity bearing down on them, Huariyue and Bai Jisi ultimately set aside all personal grievances, fought side by side, and chose each other in the face of something far bigger than either of them alone. And now here is Joseph Zeng, standing on the other side of all those months of filming that story, and saying in plain language that Bai Lu is his backbone and that he wants to spend his life with her. The parallels are not lost on anyone paying attention. They are not lost on the fans who watched 3 lifetimes of love nearly destroyed by fear and silence. They are not lost on the people who noticed the small gestures between Bai Lu and Joseph Zeng throughout the filming and promotional period and understood that something real was happening underneath the costumes and the choreographed press moments. Sometimes life hands you a story that looks exactly like the fiction you just made together. Sometimes the people who played out 3 lifetimes of love on screen come out the other side and choose each other in the one life that is actually theirs. The line that will not be forgotten. I want to spend my life with you. In the language of Chinese celebrity culture, where so much goes unsaid and so much is meant to be decoded from silence, those words are a revolution. They are an actor who plays his feelings close to his chest, deciding that this particular feeling is too important to perform around. They are a man who said backbone because that is exactly the word he meant. The fans are watching. The industry is watching. And somewhere, Bai Lu is deciding what to say next in her own time, with that same electric precision she brings to everything she does. Whatever happens between these two people, one thing is certain. Joseph Zeng said it out loud. He meant every word, and the world heard him. A silence that speaks. There is a particular kind of power in saying nothing after someone has said everything. Bai Lu understands that power better than most. Since Joseph Zeng's words began circulating across every platform that carries Chinese entertainment news, her silence has become its own kind of statement. Not the silence of someone caught off guard or scrambling for damage control. The deliberate, knowing silence of a woman who is fully aware of what has been said about her, for her, and in front of the entire world on her behalf. She has been here before in the sense that public attention is not new to her. But she has never been here quite like this. Fans who follow her closely have noted the small things. The way she smiled during a recent appearance when a question about feud and her co-star came up. The way she redirected without deflecting, acknowledged without confirming, and moved through the moment with the grace of someone who has made peace with exactly how complicated things are about to get. That smile told a story. It just did not tell all of it. Meanwhile, the clips of Joseph Zeng's words continue to multiply. They have been translated into English, Indonesian, Vietnamese, Thai, and at least a dozen other languages by fan accounts working around the clock. The phrase backbone has taken on a life of its own across fan communities who have spent months analyzing every press conference moment, every behind-the-scenes clip, every accidentally candid photo where the two of them stood just a little too close and laughed just a little too freely to be performing professional warmth. What is landing hardest is not the romance of it. It is the specificity. Backbone is not a word you reach for casually. It is the word you use when someone has been there in the moments that mattered, the hard filming days, the press cycles that stretched too long, the scenes that required something real from you, and the only person who truly understood what you were giving was the one standing across from you in costume at 5 a.m. Joseph Zeng has said what he said. The door is open. The question now belongs entirely to Bai Lu, and if there is one thing anyone who knows her work understands, it is this. When Bai Lu finally speaks, it will be worth every second of the wait.